What's up guys, FM Campbell here and welcome to episode number 13 of the current Man United series that we're going through on Football Manager 2015. If you do enjoy the video, please feel free to give it a like. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. It's completely up to you, I am not going to force you. So we left you off last time at the Tottenham game, which was here. So we've played quite a vast amount of games since then, as I said that it would be quite an in-depth update. Lots gone on. We'll start off with the fixtures themselves. After going on about our nice winning streak, and we actually come to an end with a 2-2 draw against Tottenham in the league. Not a great start to our push to try and get to that first place with 4 points behind Liverpool. Raheem Sterling scored but was then taken off injured, and Marco Reus got the other goal. Roberto Soldado ironically scored both of their goals. But away at White Hart Lane, I suppose it was going to be a tough game, but they did manage to sneak a draw from us in the 83rd and 87th minute of the game, which was a little bit frustrating. We then returned to winning ways against Reading away, and we managed to beat them 2-0. It was an Alex Pearce own goal and James Wilson with a goal for us. And we played a second string team just because we had the Champions League quarter-final, first leg coming up 3 days later. We played away in the first leg against Arsenal at the Emirates, beat them 2-1, so we got two nice away goals, helped us out for the next round. James Wilson and Munir with the goals, and it was actually, that's weird, it says 2-1. I'm sure that's an own. Oh, no, that might be a missed penalty, actually. Yeah, I think that's a missed penalty. Anyway, yeah, so we were beaten 2-1. Candreva was the only goal scorer for them in the 4th minute. We managed to get the winner in the 82nd minute, Munir with a penalty. We then carried on our winning streak and got revenge on Tottenham after they stole a draw. And we beat them 3-1 in the semi-final of the FA Cup. So that meant that we progressed to the final. Where we will play Chelsea, obviously at Wembley. So that'll be an interesting one. And most likely will be a live episode for you guys as well. The goal scorers, Juan Mata with 2 and Marco Reus with a goal. Then we had the return leg at home at Old Trafford in the Champions League quarter-final in the second leg. Beat them 3-1. Paul Pogba, Chamberlain and Mata with the goals. Alcácer scored a late consolation goal for them. Quite lucky actually, because Mata had only just scored a minute before. So we actually beat them. What does that mean? Beat them 5-2 on aggregate and progressed to the next round, where we will play Barcelona in the semi-final. So a very, very tough draw. The other teams that went through were Bayern and Dortmund, so they got an all-German semi-final there, and then Barcelona against ourselves. The first leg is away, which I do actually prefer, because I tried to get some away goals under my belt before we get the second leg at home, and we know exactly what we need to do. We then returned to Premier League action, where we played Southampton at home and beat them 3-0. James Wilson and Raheem Sterling were 2. So nice comfortable victory to carry on with our progression up the league. Obviously, if you've seen in the last episode, which is link is in the description, you know that Liverpool were 4 points ahead of us in first, and then Chelsea were 2 points ahead of us in second, and we were actually in third at the time with 8 games to go. And then we had one of the best results that we've had all season. We managed to beat the league leaders to help us progress and close the gap, and we beat them 5-1 at home at Old Trafford. Munir with 2, Pogba with a goal, Juan Mata and Reus once again contributing with a goal each. So a massively dominant game there, which has proved to be absolutely vital in the chase for the Premier League. It's still a three-way horse, which I'll show you and go a little bit more in depth to what's going on there in a second. But then our final game was against Huddersfield, and we beat them 2-0. Chamberlain and Rojo with the goals away as well. So that was at the John Smith Stadium, as you can see. A nice, comfortable victory there, which was good to have. Again, with a second-string team, probably our second-choice team across the board, with the Champions League very much in mind. So yeah, we've got Champions League semi-final to come. This will obviously be an end-of-season update. There will be a live episode for the FA Cup final. We'll have to see what will happen with regards to the Champions League, whether we can reach the final of that. Now, as you know, if I mentioned in the previous episode, in episode number 12, like I said, link is in the description if you want to check that out. I've got a bit of a predicament. The target for this season at the minute we are on target to win absolutely every single competition available to us. We would like to press on, obviously, to win every single one, but that means that this series is kind of starting to stagnate a little bit. I went through in depth with the tactics that I play quite a lot of detail in the previous episode as well, but we're just kind of running out of things to cover, I guess. Like I said, if there are any questions that you want to ask, anything you want me to go through and to go over, feel free to put the link to put them in the description. In the comments, and I will quite happily do an episode dedicated to some of the questions that you have. But so far, yeah, like I said, it's starting to stagnate a little bit. So if we go and win it all, we've kind of won FM, if you like. There's a lot of changes that I'd probably look to make in the transfer window come the end of the season, come to the start of next season. So it'll be quite a revamp in certain positions. But we do have a lot of regens coming through. We have done some business, which you'll find out about in the transfer window, with some players joining and things like that. So you'll see that's all to come. But I just want to know what your preference of me actually doing with this series is. Some people may say that, well, if you can go and do the same thing again 2 seasons in a row where you win absolutely every competition, then you kind of really have won and done all I can. This would mean there'll be another season, so another 12 episodes. Obviously, we're doing monthly updates at the moment, and then when there's big updates to come or live episodes, they'll be sort of a little bit longer. So these episodes are a little bit shorter. So feel free to let me know what you'd rather me do. I can either finish it towards the end of the season, which means I would mainly concentrate on the started from the bottom series, which I've currently got going with Western-super-Mare, where we take the lowest media predicted English club on the stock version of FM15, so no sort of extra leagues added on or mods or anything like that. And we're taking them from they're literally predicted to finish bottom of the conference south, or the Vanarama South. And then we take them all the way to the top and see how far we can go. Obviously, that's quite a long-winded series, quite a lot to do, a lot of divisions to get through. So my main concentration would then go to that, and then obviously we have random little episodes of different players and tactics and whatever ideas I come up with in the future. Or I would continue with this one as well alongside the what started from the bottom series for another season. So let me know what you would rather me do. I'm quite happy. I play the game to entertain myself, but not only to entertain myself, but to entertain you guys. I don't want you guys getting easily bored. But as you know, our team is very, very strong. It's quite hard to improve on our first team at the moment. And we do have quite a bit of money in the bank to spend. So, I mean, it's literally an open book. I really don't mind what we do. It's not necessarily stagnating for me, but I'm just worried about you guys kind of just watching this and kind of losing the will to actually watch it. So it's completely up to you guys. I'm really enjoying the starting from the bottom series. So if my commitment went all to that, I would completely not mind. So let me know what you think. But yeah, there's a couple of live episodes coming up in the future, especially with the Chelsea FA Cup final. Hopefully we can reach the Champions League final as well. And yeah, but we'll have a look at the transfers of the potential stuff that we've got coming in. So hopefully, basically, I've gone through on regen days across the board and found some really, really nice players. So we've got someone that's called Guillermo Costa joining, Antonio Marcos. This is all a bit of a spoiler alert, by the way, that are all sort of joining at the end of the season. So we've got 25th, that he joins in January next year, which is weird. But yeah, so as you can see, we've got a lot of activity that are potentially coming. We're just sort of looking for the future, really. So that's all to come. Nothing's really happened with the tactics since I explained my tactics in more detail in the last episode. As you can see, we're still playing with the 4-2-3-1 formation. But yeah, that sort of adapts. Our finances are very, very good still. We're remaining healthy. Our balance is currently 72 million, although I'd like to get that up quite a bit. We still have 92.1 million. Our initial budgets have been set in the bank for the end of the season, so we'll see what happens there with ingoings and outgoings. And our current projected balance is 86.67 million, so are expected obviously for us to make profit, but that's pending on what happens in the league, what happens in the FA Cup, what happens in the Champions League, and our sort of money that we get from that. Talking of the Premier League, let's go and have a look where we're doing. We are currently top. Now, we are top on goal difference only. We have scored, 18 more goals, better goal difference than Liverpool. So yeah, it's going to be very, very tough. We're level on points, as I said. There's 3 games to go. Now, we have quite a nice run in Premier League-wise. We've got Newcastle at home, Stoke at home, and then Bournemouth away. I'm pretty sure Bournemouth they're not quite relegated. So if they win one of their next games, that could be a really big game. Lukaku's still the top scorer, even though he's been out for God knows how long. Our average rating, Juan Mata, Sterling and Marco Reus are those that are sort of in the higher average rating. Eden Hazard is bossing it at the moment. So yeah, very impressive by him. So we go to player stats well. So we've got some top goal scorer, got assists. Marco Reus is currently joint on 12 assists in 4th. Philippe Coutinho's up there at the top with 17 assists. Players in the match, Lukaku's joint first with Jordan Rhodes and Balotelli, all on 6. Then we've got Munir and Oxlade-Chamberlain joint 4th on 5. We've got red cards. Varane is in 2nd, unfortunately, or joint 2nd with Charles Gabor and Jack Hawke, both on 2 red cards for the season. So yeah, I mean, look at the appearances. Our players are never going to be high in appearances because it just illustrates my rotation with the squad quite heavily. Our highest player is David De Gea, who's only played 29 games of the 35. So obviously we've rotated a little bit, depending on what big games have been coming up. But yeah, so that's a little bit of detail within what's going on so far. Obviously our next update is going to be the big one. It's going to be the seasonal update. If there's any live episodes other than the FA Cup to come, expect them soon as well. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, get any comments in, get any questions in, and I will get to absolutely every single one of you in the comment section below. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Cheers.